Hello, here's another chess puzzle I created. It is white to move and win, and it is pretty difficult, but if you want to try to solve it, you can pause the video now. If not, there will be other points in this video where you can pause the video and try to solve the smaller puzzle. Anyway, so the correct move for whites to win this game is queen takes e6, winning a knight. And also there's a try here. If rook b7, it doesn't quite work because black has the move knight to f4 check, only move. And after takes, queen e3 check. Black has a few options. He can just take this pawn and this will be eventually a draw. After sample line like this, just a draw. Or black can also, if he wants, take this knight, and after this he has to play king f5 only move and then king takes f4 only move, but eventually it will just be a draw. Okay, so rook b7 doesn't work, so the only move is queen takes e6, and after f takes e6 it opens up the rook for rook b7 check. Now if the black king moves to any of these squares, rook to h7 will be checkmate. So the only real move here is rook f7, and after the trade of rooks, black's king is in a discovered check position, and this knight can easily attack this queen, but white has two options. Not all of them are the same, there's still only one move here. And the correct move is knight to d7 check, because after queen f5, rook takes, g takes, white has this move knight to b6, only move. What this does is prevents this rook from coming behind the pawn, and it also supports this pawn from queening, because, for example, if rook d8, a7, this pawn's going to queen next move. So, if you got this far, you might have probably thought you solved the puzzle, but if you thought this was it, then you have another chance to pause the video and find black's best response and best try to make a draw. Okay, so what black can do in this position is play this move f4. And now, if white just tries to promote the pawn with a7, black has the only move f3. And after a8 queen, rook to d1, threatening checkmate. So white has to play king h2, and after f2, yes, white can give some check, but there's no way to stop this pawn, unfortunately. So after a sample line with queen e7, black will be able to draw very, very easily, like this. So f4 is a very good try. Now, what if white just takes it? So the problem is that if black can ever check on the third rank and win this pawn, then this pawn's not queening. So white cannot ever open up the third rank for a check because black's rook will get behind the pawn. So what's the winning move here? Well, there's actually two options. White just needs to move the king out of the way and possibly prevent this move f3. So king h2 works, king g2 works. So let's see what happens. Now black's best chance is to just continuously give check. Wherever the king is, he'll just give check. If you go back, you don't make progress, and if you go forward, there's just a fork on the third rank. So obviously white's king will have to get closer to the rook to stop the checks, so king f1. But unfortunately, if you go king e2 right now, that's a blunder, because after f takes g3, you can't stop this black pawn. Whether you take, whether you play a7, g2, is just not going to work. This pawn's going. So you have to play king f2 first, and after rook d2 check, you attack the rook from this square. Okay, sounds good, but black can also keep going. After f takes g3, he's threatening to make a queen very quickly, so you have to actually go back. King f1, only move. So you have to go back to stop this pawn. But now black returns to his previous plan of just giving checks, whoops, on all these squares. And if you go to the third rank, he will fork you. So what's the one place to hide? Yup, it's this square. So after rook d1, king g2, rook d2, white's king hides back where it started on with king h3. Now again, if king takes g3, this is just a fork. So king h3 only move. Now black will still try to make threats with g2 and g1, but this just blocks his own rook. So white can play king h2, preventing this. And black can try to play rook d3, threatening the pawn, but white will just play a4, and now solidified by the knight, there's no way in. And after another try by black, rook g3, threatening to make a queen, and if you take the rook, he still makes the queen. White's final move of the puzzle, king to g1, only move, stopping all of white's or black's threats, and finally no more tricks, and white will be able to promote this pawn, make a queen, win the rook, and white will have enough material to finish off the game. So that's my puzzle. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think.